Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live, number 268 today. We know what number it is today. For this Friday, February 27th, I'm your host, Arad, here in sunny Philadelphia. Do we have the sunny Philadelphia cam? We do. It's actually sunny today. I might go out and get a one-wheel ride in today. Listen, Aaron's got 80-degree weather where he's at. I know he's going to be outside today, so I might have to get outside myself. Thank you guys for joining me today. Like I said, this is Rants About Tech, where we talk about tech news, we talk about eInk news, talk about all kinds of stuff, random things as well. So I appreciate you guys for joining me. I'm here with some of my really good friends in the chat. I really appreciate you guys for being here. We got Dr. Lynn, we got Aaron, we got Rob here in the show already, so I appreciate you guys for being here. I hope you guys are having good weather. Like I said, I know Aaron is. But Rob and Dr. Link, I hope you guys are having good weather as well. So I appreciate you guys for being here. What we got to talk about today? We got to talk about Nano Banana. We're going to be talking about the Warner deal that's never going to happen, maybe, possibly. And better reading with Audible. How do you read better with something you listen to? We're going to talk about it. First up, it's 50 degrees out here today, though. So like I said, hope you guys are having better weather than we've been having the last week where you are today. Getting a lot of snow melt today. Yeah, absolutely a lot of snow melt today. There was a big bang that happened outside of the apartment today, and I'm assuming it's ice just melting and falling. It was crazy. Neighbors were outside. I wasn't the only one concerned, so it made me feel good about it. I felt like something that fell from the sky. It was crazy. 61 degrees today. Oh my God. 29 tomorrow. Yep, that sounds about right for the world today. Rob, that sounds about right for the world today. What else we got here for random stuff? Texas airspace is closed today. We're shooting lasers at drones. I don't know. They're using lasers a lot. Like, I don't know if lasers are more precise because they're using them to shoot drones. This is the second drone shooting from a laser in like the last 30 days. So I'm just, are lasers more accurate? Is that why we're using lasers for these drones? I don't know. If anyone knows the answer to that, you let me know. But I hope you're okay over there, Aaron, with the closed airspace. I hope you guys are okay. What else we got? Pricing bids. Oh no, Jack Dorsey, saying that there's, he's laying off tons of people and he's predicting that there's going to be a lot of more layoffs coming. He's like, listen, if I'm doing it, I know that other people have thought about it. I'm just jumping out of the window first. So he's predicting tons of people are going to get laid off here pretty soon. He laid off 4,000 of his staff. We're talking about blockchain staff. We're talking about, I think, across all of his businesses. Maybe I think he's into PayPal as well. So it's going to affect a lot of things. But stock goes up after he does that. So what do I know? Placing bids on YouTube videos. Is that a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing, you guys. I did not know people were placing bets on YouTube videos. Like this, Mr. Beast, more specifically. I don't know if you guys heard about that story, but man, I'm telling you, that opened me up to a whole new world of how YouTube works. The airspace is open. These planes taking off every 5 minutes, no doubt. Okay, good to go. Well, I'm glad it didn't affect a lot of stuff. But man, they're shooting lasers everywhere. All right, let's talk about the holidays for today. National Protein Day today. As a vegetarian myself, not vegan. Okay, not vegan. Vegetarian. It's a difference. As a vegetarian myself, I try to find creative ways to get protein. I'm going to be considering that today, trying to get more varied ways to get protein into my diet. Right now, I'm eating beans and what else I'm getting my protein from? I've been lacking on varied ways of getting my protein. I eat a lot of cashews, pistachios. We get those. Got protein in there. So however you getting your protein today, today's a considered a way, new ways and varied ways of getting your protein. It's not just about steak, people. I understand the meat eaters out there like, get my steak. There's other ways to get protein. You don't have to. We'll move on. National Strawberry Day. I didn't know there was a thing, National Strawberry Day, but when I think about strawberries now, I think about Harry Styles and Strawberry Sugar. And speaking of Strawberry Sugar, I just realized what that song was about. It's literally in the chorus. How did I miss it? I don't know how I missed what the song was about. I'm not going to tell you what I thought that song was about because it's way more perverse than what it's actually about. So, National Strawberry Day. International Stand Up to Bullying Day as well. Listen, I remember, look at me. I was definitely bullied in school. I got bigger and older, and then I started handling the bullying. Let me make sure we don't have a problem here. Mitch would be ashamed of me doing this. Don't watch this, Mitch. It's not as bad as it looks. I was bullied when I was a kid, small kid, but then I got older and stronger, and then, the bullying became less of an issue. And when you look like me, people just want to try to bully you anyway, and you just have to say, listen, don't let the smooth taste fool you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it fool you. Okay? This coffee is strong, okay? It may seem like there's a lot of creamer in here, okay? But that coffee's pretty strong, okay? Don't let the smooth taste fool you. But as I got older, that became a thing. But bullying is a big thing. I remember the first time I had to deal with bullying with my son coming home, dealing with bullying. That was tough. That was tough. That was a tough conversation to have. I had to sit my son down and be like, listen, how you talk at home, I get it. You're talking factual. You're very direct, and my son is very direct and dry. He's not tactful at all. And it's not that he's trying to be rude. He just doesn't know that that's a thing. There's not a gauge in the head that says you probably shouldn't say this way. He just says it how he thinks it. That can get him in some trouble sometimes. So when oh boy, where are we at? We're still good. So when he started going to school and talking the way he wanted to talk, he had to deal with a certain amount of bullying. I'm not ashamed to say that. That's a tough conversation to have with your kid. Like, okay, you might want to consider how you're saying things, okay? To these people that you don't want smoke with. You know what I'm saying? BM, good morning. How's it going, sir? Man, I love, you can get the full dab in with this wider view. It's not it's not the total wingspan, but it's a wider view. It's good. I like it. But yeah, so International Stand Up to Bullying Day. I guess that's why we're talking about this. How do you have those conversations with your kids? It's tough. It's tough. It was a tough one, but we got him there, and he got to a point to where he stopped it himself. Listen, I was when your son or your kid gets over the bullying and it's like, oh, you've put a stop. That made me feel so good. It's like, okay, I made the right decisions. The way that I handled it was correct, I guess. I guess we did it. Okay. All right. International Stand Up to Bullying Day. We're moving on. Let's get to the tech news. Thank you, BM. I appreciate it. I've been working on this view. I'm just experimenting with views now. But I think I'm going to settle on this one. This is cool. I like this one. You get the MacBook in the view for when we're trying to do serious, reading serious stuff. We're getting work done. All right. The first thing we got up here on the tech news front, and I appreciate you guys for being here. Again, we can't forget to say that. But the first thing we got up here is going to be about Nano Banana. If you guys don't know what Nano Banana is, it's the AI model that creates images. It's Google's image generation model. It's really good. The standout feature to Nano Banana to me, not that there weren't image generation tools before Nano Banana, but Nano Banana was the first image generation tool that would allow you to generate an image and then iterate on that image without it changing the whole image. You could say things like, hey, make me an image with a train in the background. Okay, cool. Take that train, make it red. Okay, cool. Take that red train, now take it off of the track, put it in a mountain. Okay, now take that scene and put that in a snow globe. You see what I'm saying? It just can iterate on things that are already there. Previous to this, if you asked for a different prompt, it would give you a whole new picture, right? It didn't retain any consistency throughout its generations. That's been fixed with Nano Banana. And Nano Banana 2 seems to be even better than its predecessor. Let's talk about some of the details here. Okay, Google today announced Nano Banana 2, its latest image model, rolling out now to the Gemini app. Officially, Nano Banana 2 is Gemini 3.1 Flash image. And again, it's embedded into Gemini. So if you're using Gemini, this is the tool that it's going to use to generate images. It follows Gemini 2.5 Flash image, Nano Banana, from August, and Gemini 3 Pro image, Nano Banana Pro, in November. That's a little bit confusing. Just know, with every generation of Gemini, there's a seemingly new generation of Nano Banana in that new overall Gemini model. Compared to Nano Banana, you'll notice richer textures and sharper details with vibrant lighting. Precise instruction following means the model adheres more strictly to your complex request to capture the specific nuances of your idea, so the image you get is the image you asked for. Just like what I was just saying, it remains and retains consistency throughout iterations. There's also subject consistency. So maintain character resemblances for up to 5 characters and the fidelity of up to 14 objects in a single workflow, allowing you to storyboard and build narratives without altering the images or the appearances of your inputs. We got a little image. I thought this was very cool image generation right here. Complete with shadows, you know, I like that. It's just a very cool picture. Production ready specs. Make attention grabbing assets with full control of various aspect ratios and resolutions from 512 pixels to 4K resolution. And I thought that was an interesting thing right there. That's one of the aspects of Nano Banana I haven't played around with. Changing aspect ratios, changing what the fidelity is like, changing what format you want the picture to take, right? I never really throw those specifics into my image generation, but I am going to start doing that now. Ensuring your images stay sharp, whether they are vertical social media posts or a widescreen backdrop. Pro features now available in a Flash model include accurate text rendering and translation, as well as advanced world knowledge to more accurately render specific subjects. This allows you to generate data visualizations, infographics, turn notes into diagrams, and create marketing mockups. And I think that's what this is an image of, right? Or an example of this last generation or last example here. Creating diagrams from images and mockups. I like this. And that's another thing I never really do much of when I'm doing image generation, is giving it assets I want it to work with. I'm typically just giving it prompts, but if you give it assets to work with, you're going to get a way better result. And that's something I'm going to start working with in this tool as well. Good morning, Oz. How's it going? Thanks for joining. And Nano Banana 2 is also coming to AI mode in Google Lens. It's also the default image generation model in Flow. If you don't know what Flow is the presentation tool that you can use to create video inside the presentation tools that Google has, like Slides, and they have another workspace app they use to create video as well. So all of those tools are going to, anything that you can imagine Google using to create images with, is going to start using Nano Banana 2. The model is also available as a preview in AI Studio, Gemini API, Google Anti-Gravity, Vertex AI, and Gemini CLI. Nano Banana 2 can be used to rapid generate, while Nano Banana Pro is for high fidelity tasks requiring maximum factual accuracy. Yeah, so I guess Nano Banana 2 is not as powerful as Nano Banana Pro. So take that in consideration. That's a weird naming scheme they have there. So I'm not exactly, that can be confusing. So just know, if you're using Nano Banana 2 and you want the best experience, just switch that over to Nano Banana Pro, and you'll be okay. And I think this is just about who's paying for the service and who's not paying for the service. Pro is in with a Pro, Gemini Pro that people have to pay for. I think it's a $20 a month fee for that. And if you're not paying for it, I think they're just going to default you to Nano Banana 2. Okay. All right, so any of you out there using Nano Banana? Again, like I said, I didn't realize you could change the type of image and file format you were getting out of Nano Banana. And I don't really, like I said, typically give it assets to work with either. But what about you guys? Are you guys using Nano Banana 2 in any kind of way, or Nano Banana in any kind of way? Are you giving it assets to use? What's your success rate? What's your experience been like? Do you use another image generation tool that you think might be better? Let me know in the chat here. Next thing we got going on in the tech news space is going to be Stardew Valley. Now, we talked about Stardew Valley the other day with its 10th anniversary coming up. And yesterday they had a preview talking about new features and celebrating the 10th anniversary of Stardew Valley. And they also debuted some new marriage candidates if you're concerned about such things. And they have a video talking about such things. Can we turn this off and just play this in the background? Yeah. So they also had a video displaying some new features and talking about how the game has progressed over the last like 10 years. I thought it was a very interesting presentation. If you guys check that out, let me know what you felt about that as well. But I did like the fact that they are just always making things interesting. The creators, now the creator of the game, what was his name? I forgot the gentleman's name who made the video. Baron. So he typically works on the game by himself, solo creator or solo independent developer. But he did get help adding multiplayer aspects to the game, which I thought was very interesting. And the way he went about it was very interesting too. So the whole video is very telling about the process and what's gone into making the game the success that it's become. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. I think it's like a 20-minute video, 22 minutes. Not too long, but very good information there, especially if you are in to the game and the world that it brings to life. Next thing we got to talk about is going to be, what do we got here? Apple teases big week ahead starting on Monday. Now, we talked about this earlier in the week where we found out that Apple was actually having an event. But Tim Apple, or Tim Cook, if you're being correct here, announced that well, not announced the new event, but he went on to talk about how he felt about the event in an X post where he described it as a big week for Apple starting on Monday. Let's take a look at this post here. And there's a little, whoops, whoa, let's turn that off. We don't need sound. And it was accompanied with this little, it's okay. It's cool. It's all right. Whatever. It's very Apple-y. In the way that they're doing stuff. But that's all the information we got. Nothing serious happened. A big week ahead. Now, what are we expecting from this Apple event? The iPhone 17e? Yeah. Maybe the iPhone 17e. We're not getting anything crazy, though. I think that's coming at the end of the year or maybe at the beginning of 2027 when they're supposed to be talking about these new pieces of tech that Apple is going to be releasing, like the glasses, like the pen that people were talking about. Not sure if any of those things are going to come to fruition, but it's always up in the air for Apple. You never know what they're going to talk about or release until they do it, and I'm here for it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll let you guys know more as we get closer to that date. Next thing we got up here is going to be about the Netflix Paramount bid to grab Warner Brothers Discovery. I think Netflix is done with it. They're over it. Let's talk about some of the details here. Netflix walked away from a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery Studio and streaming assets after the Warner Brothers Discovery Board on Thursday deemed the revised bid by Paramount, which is the other company making bids to acquire Warner Brothers, Skydance to be the superior offer. So they're offering more money now than what they were offering. So earlier this week, Paramount raised its bid to buy the entirety of Warner Brothers Discovery to $31 per share, up from $30 per share, all cash. It was the latest amendment to Paramount's multiple offers in recent months. And since moving forward with a hostile bid to buy the company, and it's now unseating a deal between Warner Brothers Digital and Netflix to sell the legacy media company's studio and streaming business for $27 per share, which was the amount that the $27 per share was the amount that Netflix was offering, but the incentives that Netflix was offering brought that up to over $30 per share. But having cash in hand seems like it means more money to Warner Brothers than assets. So they're taking over, or they're going with the Paramount deal that offers them the over $30 that they were trying to get, seemingly trying to get in this deal. Last week, Netflix granted Warner Brothers Digital a 7-day waiver to re-engage with Paramount, resulting in a higher bid that we just talked about. Paramount's offer is for the entirety of Warner Brothers Digital, including its pay TV networks such as CNN, TBS, and TNT, whereas Netflix's offer was just for the streaming assets that they had. Netflix has had 4 business days to make changes to its own proposal in light of Paramount's superior bid, the Warner Brothers Discovery Board said in a statement on Thursday. Instead, the decision by the streaming giant to walk away puts a pin in a drawn-out saga that saw amending offers from both bidders. And I think later on in this article right here, one of the Netflix executives summed this up in a really nice way when he said it this way, which made me totally understand their stance on this. He said, this transaction was always a nice to have at the right price transaction, but not a must have at any price transaction. So I thought that was a nice way to kind of button that up and kind of sum up their feelings on it. And I totally agree with that. I don't think it was a must have for them. It would have been nice, but definitely not a must have. They're kicking butt. They're killing everybody right now. They don't need that for any reason. The Rock says, wow, $2.8 billion to Netflix for a no bid. I should have tried to buy Warner Brothers. Yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. And the Rock is referring to Paramount agreement to pay $2.1 billion to break as a breakup fee to Warner Brothers Digital would owe Netflix if a deal wouldn't go through, and that's what they're going to owe them because the deal is not going through. It's all very interesting. A lot of money going around, and when you got this much money going around, I mean, I beg to offer how much $2.8 billion is to any one of these companies, but that's just me. That's just me. Next up, let's talk about some eInk news, shall we? This was a light text day today, or light tech day today. Let's get into it. Okay, and what do we have in the tech news today? We got a lot of Reddit stuff for sure. We got a ton of Reddit stuff for sure, but not a ton. We got a few Reddit things here. It was a struggle. But first up, we have a bit of reader news for people out there who have Kindles, who have Audible, and want to find a better way to read. Let's take a look. Audible's read and listen feature is simple, and that's what we're talking about here. Read and listen improves your comprehension and recollection of text. And that is not just a theory. There are lots of studies that kind of back this up. But let's talk about how this relates to Kindle and Audible. So Audible's read and listen feature is simple. If you own the audiobook and ebook version, so you have to have 2 versions of this particular book that you're trying to get better understanding of, and you have those titles in Audible and Kindle libraries, you can follow along with synchronized highlighted text on screen while the audiobook plays. The catch is that you have to buy both formats like I just mentioned, but Amazon will offer discounted audiobooks for customers who already own the ebook. There's no word on whether the reverse is true, though, so, move cautiously. Immersion reading is what it's called, and it's the practice of listening to an audiobook while simultaneously reading the text. It's the practical implementation of a psychological principle called dual coding. This theory explains that our brains store information in 2 interconnected systems, verbal and nonverbal. The verbal system stores the information we hear, while the nonverbal system stores the information that we see. Studies have shown that delivering information to both these systems simultaneously aids recall and understanding. You activate read and listening through a simple toggle, which opens the ebook directly in the Audible app. While the audiobook plays, the spoken text is highlighted to keep you on pace. If you decide that you'd rather read in silence, you can open the ebook by itself and resume your progress with the audiobook at the later stage. If you're worried about buying 2 slightly different versions of the same book, Amazon helps out by automatically identifying which ebooks in your Kindle library have audio matches. If you buy a book or before you make the purchase whether it's a compatible read to listen book, it might help you decide to make that purchase or not, right? The biggest catch with read and listen is that you have to buy 2 copies of the same title, which may put many people off trying this feature. But if you're lacking or tackling a tough tone, if you're having a tough time understanding something, this may be viable for you. It may be a way for you to, or a reason for you to buy 2 versions of the same book. Now, I know that if I was having a hard time comprehending something, and maybe if I didn't, maybe if I just knew they were giving me a discount on books and they identified the books that I had already as being compatible with this feature, yeah, I can see me diving into this maybe. Anybody out there try this? Or I know Google has a feature like this with their PDF reader. And you can kind of do things like this, read along and have AI read it to you as well. And it kind of highlights what it's reading so you can go along with it. How do you guys feel about this? Do you find that this helps you retain information? I would have to say that just thinking about it, it sounds like it would help me retain information because, again, like they mentioned, it's dual exposure to something, right? And my opinion on retention is if you see it if you see the information 3 times, right, you can comprehend it better. Reading it, writing it, and then listening to it, that's just repetition. Many different ways to do it. Yeah, I can see that being helpful. We have, I used to buy the book and have Kindle read Junction, just read it. I am confused. Maybe this was a feature already, BM. Maybe you were using a workaround and they've just kind of made that workaround official. Let me know how you feel. This will really help photographic recollection of that latest romantasy novel, no doubt. I'm not buying both copies, says Aaron. But you know what? If they gave me a discount, Aaron, I would honestly consider it. Like if they made it super duper easy, like they said they're doing, identifying the books that you want and then giving you a discount on the dual purchase, it might be worth it. I buy both copies all the time, and it really helps. Okay, no doubt, eInk. Thanks for that input. Yeah, I'm really of the opinion that, like I said, if they made it easy, I'd be apt to do it. Especially if I'm reading something that is culturally unfamiliar. Oh, yes. Okay. That is a very good point, right? Not only will this help you with like you're getting the information in multiple ways. If you're reading something that's culturally different, right, it's going to help you with pronunciation. You're not going to have to worry about how to pronounce said word or name or whatever the case may be, right? You won't get that wrong in your head because I have the tendency to get things wrong in my head and then keep using it that way because that's how I saw it in my head. But if I have a point of reference, right, for that pronunciation, for that tone, then I will get it right in my head and I will never get it wrong after that. And I get great deals when I do it. There we go. So that's the key, getting a deal when you do it. Them recognizing that, hey, someone wants to take advantage of this feature that we're offering. We should give them a deal because they have to buy 2 versions, right? Until that's not the case, a deal would be good. Yes, buy all 3 forms, eInk. I love the highlighter color kit again. No doubt. Getting information in multiple ways is always good. Honestly, most of the books are on Kindle Unlimited, so I normally have both copies anyway. Well, there you go. And they mention here I think they mentioned in the article, I didn't snip that little bit out of the article, but I think they mentioned in the article not having to buy multiple versions if you subscribe to some Kindle service. I didn't put that in my script here, but I do remember that being somewhere in this article. I am learning new languages that way. There you go. That's exactly, kind of the use case I was just outlining there. If you don't know how something is pronounced, it's going to help with that, right? Even not just pronunciation, but tone. And maybe AI doesn't get tone right? But at least the pronunciation should be on point. The thing I see that's helpful for is character names and novels. My brain glosses over those and I never know who is who. See? Yes. Very good point. Now, there is where is it at? Man, this sucks. I thought I took another snippet out of this. Okay, so another snippet in this article that I thought I put in my script too. Man, it was a couple good points that I didn't put into my script, but I do remember them. So another good point that was made here is that we as readers, right, tend to like not only gloss over names and nomenclature of things that we don't know, right? We'll just whatever, because I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm moving on. Not only do we gloss over that, we will skip whole lines of text and just start gleaming over the information, right, as we're reading. Like, we're not reading every last word. We're kind of gleaning it. And I do that from time to time, but then I have to stop myself and say, okay, listen, you didn't really read that last paragraph, bro. You just gleaned over that. Go back and read it again. And read every word, right? And I don't know how many of you, if any of you out there do that, let me know in the chat. But I do that a lot. So this is going to help me not do that too. And that is what the article mentioned. Like, the person who wrote the article realized that it helped them stop gleaning the information and start actually reading each word, right? I mean, there's sometimes when you have to glean information and just get the quick things that hit your eye right off the top because you don't have time to read the whole thing. But in a situation to where you're trying to get that understanding, gleaning could be a bad thing. It is a bad thing. And like I said, even though I know that, I still catch myself doing it from time to time when I'm reading. Yeah, so very interesting. Reading and listening rolling out. Oh, so all right, here we go. The last part. Reading and listening is rolling out to customers in the U.S. and the U.K., Australia, and Germany this following year. So this year, we got U.S., U.K., and Australia. Germany, I think, is coming next year with this feature. So very, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think that's very interesting, and I do like it. Let's go on to some Reddit stuff that we have here. Let's see if we can help some people on Reddit out. What's happening over in the Reddit sphere? I'm just coining things. It makes no sense. A free PDF planner designed for Supernote, Manta, and beyond. Now, I don't really buy many of these or get into many of these because they're just so specific to how someone else wants to use them. But I like looking at them from time to time to see if anyone's done something unique. This doesn't look unique. We're moving on. Next thing we got up here on the Reddit. Should I get a Remarkable 2? I got the Paper Pro. I like it, but I heard the Remarkable 2 has a lighter screen color. If that's true, I love to get one. It is true. Go get one. If you don't care about color, that's the device you should have. They're the same. It just doesn't have color. But you don't get the flashing. You get actual black, and the background is brighter. So better contrast. If you don't need color, you should be getting the Remarkable 2. Wait, I think I used that planner, says The Rock. Trash. Yes, definitely go get the Remarkable 2 if you're thinking about a brighter screen and you don't need color. 100%. Yes, get it. Yeah, there we go. The UI feels slower. Stop playing. The Remarkable 2 is 5 years old. That's Mitch. Oh my God. We got Mitch on the We got Mitch on the Reddits here. Okay, Mitch says Remarkable 2 is a 5-year-old device and it feels like one. Stop it, Mitch. Stop it. The UI feels slower. The writing latency is higher. Zooming and scrolling gestures is unusable compared to a Paper Pro. It has half the RAM, half the CPU cores, and 32-bit processor. It has 1/4 this space total, but more importantly, has way less space available to the OS. To the point that on some OS versions, there's less than 20 megabytes of free for logs, etc. I've seen people run out of OS disk space to the point that their device cannot install updates or view the SSH password to log in to clear up space. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. It's the only Remarkable that you can't recover over regular USB if the need arises, requiring putting together a pogo pin recovery jig if the device soft bricks. Remarkable 2 nibs wear down about an order of magnitude faster than the Remarkable Paper Pro ones. The only thing that is going for it is some people prefer EMR pins and or a monochrome display with no front light. Damn, Mitch put me in my place just now. I can't say nothing other than go buy the Remarkable 2, bro. Mitch is absolutely correct in everything he just said. Still, you want the Remarkable Paper Pro. I think like I use Remarkable. I've been using Remarkable 2s for a very long time, multiple of them, and yeah. I guess Mitch is a power. He's a power user's power user. You know what I'm saying? Mitch is developing over there. So he's gonna notice things that the rest of us won't notice. He's gonna be in situations that the most of us won't be in. And I think for 90% of people, you're still good with the Remarkable 2. I would definitely suggest the Remarkable 2 if you don't need color. But Mitch is absolutely correct in everything he said, though. Absolutely correct. Obviously, I absolutely corrected everything he just said. Big up to Mitch. Software requests. It would be nice to have the last screen as in sleep screen. This way, in a meeting, you don't have to unlock your Viwoods AI Mini. They're basically talking about transparent screensaver here, where you can what you were using stays on your screen and doesn't go away when you put it to sleep, so you don't have to turn the device on to see your content right on screen. I think it's one of the best features of eInk's buy stability. It's the only technology that can do that, right? So yeah, people who have eInk devices and don't have that feature, you're doing your customers a disservice by not having it, because it is one of the features of eInk that no other technology can duplicate. So you should be taking advantage of it, in my opinion. It's actually faster than the Penstar eNote. Absolutely. We're doing the Reddit 2006 version of Tosh.0 and YouTube. Absolutely. Listen, that is so much good content out here. I could make a whole show, Dr. Ling. I could probably make a whole show, and I've thought about this, but I mean, it would require me to watch too many videos. And until I get a team of people who watch tons of videos to say, hey, this video has this cool moment that we should take a look at. Here's a snippet link. Like, I don't have a team of people, but if I had a team of people, I would definitely do a show where I just broke down YouTube videos. I used to do that when we first started the live stream. I would go on and look at YouTube videos, and we'd watch a couple and I'd break them down. But that required so much time for me having to go and watch the videos first and watch so many videos first. And then it's just, I couldn't do it. Not that, and do the creating that I was doing and make the live stream show. And it just became a lot. So I couldn't keep doing it. And Reddit's just easier because it's all text, right? We can just kind of go over it how it is. A video, most of the videos are 30 minutes long, and when you have to watch 10 of those, you see what I'm saying? It becomes a lot. But if I had a team of people, maybe one day I will. I'm hoping to get it that way. When I have a team of people, I will be able to do things like that. And I can make a show just off YouTube. Just YouTube videos, right? You know what I mean? Tosh 2.0 style, 100%. Speaking of which, Tosh 2.0 was an awesome show and ahead of its time, for sure. If they did that now with YouTube, you don't have to have people send in videos. You don't have to find random stuff. With YouTube being so much bigger than what it was then, yeah. Tosh is, big up to Tosh. And Tosh was just funny. He was one funny dude. I would watch his stand-up, but I never looked at his and researched his stand-ups, but that would have been cool. Next thing we got here is test partial refresh reterminal E1001. What do we got here? Oh, the partial refresh for the second hand and the seconds. Okay. I like. But where is 120058? Okay. Did they skip? Let's see. Oh yeah, it skipped 58. Yeah, it skipped 58. Interesting. Internet for the win right there. I still think it's good technology though, but the internet definitely for the win. Someone please help me with the nibs. Currently using the Lamy Vista ceramic EMR. Feels so strange and want a more pencil grip feeling. Pencil actually has a bit of grip and friction with the screen. It even makes that subtle pencil-like sound. I'm confused. I also tested some other devices and their pen gives a similar textured feeling. Anybody get it? I don't get it. I'm confused. Chat, what is he talking about? Question, how do I achieve that slight pencil-like grip and that sweet touch when writing? I know the screen surface isn't itself is fixed, so I'm hoping changing the nib could make a difference. What should I look for? Yes, and nibs are super important, like with any writing device, right? what your experience is going to be like. That's your interface between your pen and the device is the nib. You cannot achieve the pencil writing feel with the Supernote. It's a gel pen smooth feel. I agree with that. If you want pencil, you need REM or Boox. Remarkable or Boox. Remarkable is the pencil feeling. It has the best pencil feeling in eInk. But you can achieve a pencil-like feeling on a Supernote. It's just about the nib texture you get. You just have to test a few different nibs to see what feels the most like pencil to you. Because like I've been talking about, I've been making a ton of nibs out of tons of different resins, tons of different materials, and I feel like they all have different textures and feels. That's why I'm saying you can get that. But you can get that feel if you need it. So that's always an option for you if you want that. You just have to do some testing. That's all it's about, testing to see what that feels like to you. But if you want a device that's already ready made to feel like pencil and paper, it's the Remarkable. The Remarkable is going to be the best option for you. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing what the comment says here. Titanium nib will not feel like pencil. It's going to feel even more slippery. Oh, let's see what this is. Oh, no, I'm telling you, okay. The Norris is good, but the Norris is not going to make it feel like pencil. They got this rubber tip for these Norris. I'm telling you, the rubber tip on these Norris pencils are just trash. I hate that they've done that. If they came out with just a regular plastic nib, I mean, it would feel so much better than that nasty rubber. Speaking of which, oh boy. Oh. Speaking of which, now, I can't say, right, but let's check this out here. Oh boy. So I have a Norris right here, and this is my plastic nib that I'm creating here. These will be on sale really soon. So this plastic nib is for the Norris, and you can put this in here, and it'll give you a way better feel. I'm gonna have these in black as well, but it's gonna give you a way better feel. Can we see this? There we go. So this is the Norris nib here that I have. It's a white plastic. We can't see that very well. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so you can see that there. It's an all plastic nib. This is a composite, so it's not really just plastic. This is a composite material. We have so that adds extra strength and durability to this particular nib here, and it feels and looks incredible. So this is not going to give you a turn it on here. That was a transparent screensaver there that the other gentleman was talking about the Vivewoods needs. But this is not going to give you a pen on paper feel. But what it's going to do is it's going to give you a way better feel than what you can get on the Norris digital jumbos as they stand out of the box, because they have a rubber tip on that, and that rubber tip just feels so nasty. But this, holy, this is going to feel so much better. It's glidey, not frictiony, and it feels really good on the Supernote. It feels really good on the Boox platform. So, yeah, I mean, the crystal nib would be an even better option because it won't wear down, right? This is ultimately going to wear down. It's going to be more resilient than the plastic nibs that are on the market because it's composite. But eventually it will wear down, but the crystal nib would not wear down. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about the crystal nib? Let's show that. We got nibs for people who are interested in getting a ceramic nib like experience like what we were talking about with the last Reddit story. But we have Supernote ceramic here that'll fit, made to fit most EMR pens. So you can buy one of these and just stick it into whatever EMR pen you have, as long as it's a standard one. We also have crystal nibs here that are made for the Norse Digital Jumbo that we're talking about. And we also have the standard size for regular EMR, standard size pens that fit the standard size nibs. So we got an option for you there. And we have a pen as well. This is probably the best ceramic pen you can get, in my opinion, because it's the only ceramic pen that has ergonomics and a button. Everything else is just nasty feeling. This is the most premium ceramic pen you can get with a button on the market, in my opinion. It used to be the only button on the market, or a pen on the market with a button. Now Viwoods has added a button to their ceramic pens, and a couple more people has done that, but nobody's done it in the style that Lamy has done, with the style that Lamy has done, and the premium quality and the build quality that Lamy has done. Nothing's still touching the Lamy, in my opinion, for that particular use case. But that's the thing there. So I really do like the feel of the Norse and the nibs that they come with. It's just that the rubber nibs are just so trash. The rubber nibs are just so trash. All right, back to what we got here. Yeah. So if you're looking for pencil on paper feeling, you want a Remarkable. If you want to stay with Supernote, you're gonna have to change that nib. But you can't change the nib on Supernote pens. So you'd have to buy a standard EMR pen and buy you a nib that'll fit standard EMR pens, and just try a bunch of nibs out to see what feels best to you. Let's go to the chat real quick. Or you can peel off the fuel right to film, replace it, feel right film to replace it with a version of screen cover to use the crystal nib instead of the Kindle Scribe pen. That's an actual way to go about it too. You can always change the film on these devices too, or add different films to the devices that kind of mimics the friction that you want to have. Thank you, Sheen. So the nib isn't the only way. The film can be changed too. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait until I can actually type that out. And none of that makes sense. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, She-Ink. The film can be changed out on some of these devices. That may not have been exactly what you were saying, but I get the gist of what you were saying, and I didn't think about the films. All right, so let's go to the next thing we got here. Note Air 5C or Go 10.3. What do we got here? Oh, boy. Let me get this visible here. Where is it at? Oh, great. There we go. All right. So we got Note Air 5C or Go 10.3. Don't need color, but want the best experience. Go 10.3 is still the GOAT. Okay. She says, okay, peel off Feel Right screen cover and replace it with a Bursim brand cover and use a crystal nib in the old Scribe stylus. Ooh, man. She pulled out all the experiences on there. I like that. You got a unique film, a unique nib, and a unique stylus. She's got very specific with that use case. So does that give you a pencil on paper feel? That's a very interesting combination. Wow. So you know what? Yeah, there's lots of things you can do. Configurations, right? Man, thank you, She-Ink, for that. Appreciate that. But for this Note Air 5C Go 10.3, I say go with the Go 10.3 if you don't need color. Period. Point blank. They've done wonders with the updates for the Go 10.3 and the Note Air 5C. But I say if you don't need to deal with the darker background display, go with the Go 10.3 because you're going to have better contrast and all of the same tools with the exclusion of color. There's no BSR, but the BSR hasn't really helped the ghosting on the Note Air 5C anyway to me. So, and they've done a really good job with the software ghosting correction on their latest updates from Boox. So yeah, I'd say go with that. Unboxing the AI Mini. What do we got here? Yeah. Okay, this is the unboxing experience. I thought this was something totally different, chat. My bad. What do we got next up here? Nib usage. Is there any rules or am I damaging my pencil or screen by not changing the nib yet? First of all, why would you not change them? They give you tons of them in the pack. So yeah, your writing experience is greatly diminished right now from that. It's not nearly as precise right now. Why? I don't even understand why anyone would do that, unless you just don't have any more. But if you bought a $700 tablet and a pen that costs $129, and we're crying about an extra $30 for nib replacements, stop it. Go get some nibs, bro. Change that thing out. Okay, you're embarrassing yourself. Okay, and everyone around you, including me, for even having to talk about this on the live show. Stop it. You're not damaging anything, but this is like next level tightwad. Exactly. Your writing experience would probably be a lot better if you just changed the nib. Same. I just don't think about it and don't use my remarkable that much. You don't use it that much, but your nib looks like that. I'd argue say you do use it that much, bro. But I think it's about time. Although someone said I could file it. Why would you file it? It's an eraser now. Yeah, this is crazy. That's crazy. Last thing, Manta touch issues. I was wondering what this is about, so that's why this is here. Hi, I got the Supernote Manta, and many times every day when I turn the screen on and try to use touch with my fingers to change note or whatever, it doesn't respond at all. You're not even showing the screen, bro. This is dumb. Okay. I don't know what to do, but there's only one thing I'm suspecting. Not sure if this could cause touch problems. The back of the Supernote is not closed 100% with the glue, and it's my fault because I didn't realize I should slide it down to lock and unlock. Could this be the problem? No, not at all. Unless something got in there because you left it open, that would be the only thing. That would be the only thing, in my opinion. Phew. All right, chat. That is going to be the end of the show for today. It's going to be a long weekend for your boy. I hope you guys got something good planned this weekend. It's going to be good weather out there for at least today. I hear the weather's changing tomorrow, so get it in today while you can. Get it in today while you can. All right, you guys. This has been Rants About Tech. The tech news we talk about, or the tech show where we talk about tech news, eInk news. We talk about random stuff along the way. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. If you're interested in that kind of thing and want to join us, that's when you can do so. Hit the like button if you like the show today. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And hit that join button if you want to get a badge by your name. Those badges are getting colorful. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So join us again Monday when we're coming back with more tech news. I'll have the flight of nibs to show Monday too. I have a flight of nibs. Black, white, plastics, ceramics, different colored sleeves. We're getting it in. Dr. Ling, these Reddit posts makes me think of the old saying, there aren't stupid questions, only stupid. Yep. Bam. Yep. I found the most dumbest post on Reddit today. But we did find Mitch, so it ended up being okay. We found Mitch. Shout out to Mitch. Thank you guys for joining me. We got Dr. Ling here. We got eInk here. We got Aaron here. We got BM here. We got Rob here. We got Oz here. Did I say Dr. Ling already? Probably did. The Rock here. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate you, and I will see you all again on Monday. Take care. Peace.